This is the A2 Plus electric Encaustic Hotplate, and it's the business. Switch it on and off, and control the temperature by this dial, which ranges from 12, which is hot, all the way down to 0 here, which is cool. What about the hot plate?
Yeah, the hot plate is marvelous. You can do everything on the hot plate. Everything, not with the hot air, with the hot plate. You can draw with blocks, you can paint with the brush, you can paint with the sponge or comb, whatever you like, you can do it on the hot plate.
Yeah.
Because you have the heat from under, and you can higher or lower. So the wax is not running. The wax stays, and that's very nice. To do it on canvas is nice too.
Elisabeth is preparing the hot plate, and she's doing that by putting a piece of the regular painting card down onto the glass surface to keep everything clean. You don't have to do this, lots of people don't, but this is the way Elisabeth works. And then she can lay the card she's going to work onto on top of that. And this image, which is just a practice piece demonstrating roller techniques, is what we're going to do. First of all, you'll see how to apply a coating by rolling, and then using the edge of the roller to make a line, moving the roller backwards and forwards to make patterns, circles, very fine lines, the beginning of architecture, and also the handle too. So let's get on with it. Use the free part of the hot plate as your palette to melt the wax and load the roller. Work the molten wax into the sponge until it's ready to apply. The disadvantage of using such a short piece to load the roller is that you get gaps appearing between the wax. But it doesn't matter. Even with such a short loading, you can just roll in several different directions and these gaps will soon disappear into an even coating. Now you could overcome this by loading the roller along the width of the hot plate instead of just down the short edge. That way the whole of the roller will be coated with wax. But Elisabeth's using a second roller there, so we just have a very small space this time. This is on a piece of encaustic painting card, but of course it works equally well on all sorts of other supports, for instance watercolour paper. But remember, if the support is absorbent, then whatever colour you put on can't easily be taken off again. So work light colours first, and then go down to the darker colours as you proceed. Let's watch Elisabeth reloading the roller and applying a series of lines onto this example, where the edge of the roller creates the line. And also watch out for the shading that she applies. To create lines and this hatched pattern, just allow the back edge to form the line, then the whole of the roller doesn't rub the rest out. And to clean it off, have a piece of waste tissue and then warm the roller sponge and run it onto the tissue. Reload, here with lots of yellow, steady the handle, and then start off in the circular motion. Well, if you've tried it, you'll realise that drawing a circle freehand is not really as easy as it looks. So, circle with patterns. Now, loading the roller and making shaped marks. And by pressing down harder at the back end, the handle end, and very, very lightly at the tip end, you get this pointed spire mark. Now Elisabeth is demonstrating to us using the edge of the roller approaches to line making and form making as you might have in architectural buildings. So these are going to develop into skyscraper type buildings. Watch how delicately, how finely some of these tiny movements with the edge of the roller are. And once mastered, these can be controlled to draw into much larger works, portraits and so on, as you'll see in Elisabeth's gallery later on. Finally, those marks just using the edge of the roller itself.